Hey there, nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another episode of Hobbyside. And on this episode, we are showcasing our Blood Bowl team, the Thundervalley Greenskins, which is a Black Orc team for Games Workshop's Blood Bowl. And as you can see, the team is fully assembled, it is fully painted out, and it looks absolutely fantastic and ready to bring glory, death, and destruction on the pitches of the Blood Bowl field. So as you guys can see here, this is the very last of the Blood Bowl teams that we actually painted up for our studio's collection. We have 12 total teams in total that will be playing in two different conferences. We have the Old World Conference as well as New World Conference, and this team will be participating in the New World Conference and the Thundervalley Greenskins, which looks absolutely fantastic. Now, for those of you guys who actually play Blood Bowl, the miniatures should look familiar to you guys. These are the same miniatures that came in with the starter set for the second season of the newly released Blood Bowl rules. It came with a full team in that box set. We have 6 Black Orcs as well as 6 Goblin Bruisers. And we also have the special character, Varang Ghoul-Chewer, the star player. And of course, in the back here, we have our own little procs that we're using for our trained troll on this one. This one's an Etten that is actually made by Reaper Miniatures. And we actually use this two-headed troll for the trained troll for this team. So as you can see, it's fully painted up. It looks absolutely fantastic. And these sculpts are such full of character, in my opinion. Some of the nicest sculpts that Games Workshop has actually come up with for a very long time are the new Blood Bowl miniatures. And they got so much dynamic poses, they have such character inside of them as well, and they look absolutely cool at the same time. So we're going to talk about some of the design elements that we used, talk about what our overall vision was for this team, and then we'll move on. So yeah, looks absolutely fantastic. So first of all, my buddy, Brother Grimm, will be playing this team for our Blood Bowl League. And we actually set to paint up this team. He just wanted to keep up the exact same look that was from the original box art with the classic black and white color scheme for the Black Orc team's armor, as well as for Varang Ghoul-Chewer as well. So we actually did a cheap shot video about these guys. We used entirely craft paint in order to paint these guys up. The flocking, if you guys notice, is homemade flocking that we actually use. Our terrain wizard, Iron Major, actually made a whole bunch of flocking using sawdust and cheap craft paint. And he just made buckets of that stuff that he uses for all of our terrain builds. He was nice enough to actually give me a Tupperware container full of it, and so I've been using that flocking for our projects ever since. So if you're wondering where that flocking comes from, that's where it comes from as well. And this team's also kind of cool too, because we actually use acrylic marker on these guys as well. As you can see, we actually have numbers on these guys. And the way we're able to do that is by using acrylic marker. Nothing against the transfer sheets that Games Workshop has for this team. I mean, the transfer sheets are awesome, but for whatever reason, I just have a really hard time applying transfers onto miniatures. It's just extremely difficult for me to do it. It always comes up sloppy and messed up looking, so it's just easier for me just to paint it up. And in this case, I use the acrylic markers in order to help create those designs. It's really, really helpful as well. You can get those acrylic markers from places like Amazon, for example. Now, this team was also kind of challenging as well to paint, and the reason why is because, once again, this team actually uses a lot of freehanding when it comes to its design elements for the armor. I'm just horrible at freehanding. I know some people who are really, really good at it, that you can do some excellent results and have some excellent effects when they're doing their freehanding, but for me, for whatever reason, I'm just horrible at it. So I don't really like to do freehanding all that often. That's one of the problems I actually run into. As you can see, these guys actually have this really cool, like, triangular armor look going on with their body armor on their shoulder pads, as well as their face grills. Same thing with the little bruiser here. Look here, he's got a little. Let me see if I can zoom in real quick to sharpen that up so you guys can see it better. Come on. So you see, he's got little teeth designs on their shoulder pads as well as their face guards. So I had a really hard time actually pulling that off. And it was kind of nice because all I did is I just took some light gray, drew some simple triangles on the armor using Folkart's pale gray, and then I put 2 layers of white on top of it to kind of create that effect. So it came out really, really nice. I'm really happy about that part. So it's kind of a nice little challenge for me. This painting up these Blood Bowl teams was kind of nice because it provided a couple of challenges with freehanding. One was the flame designs on the Champions of Death, which was the Shambling Undead team, as well as the pinstriping on the jerseys of our Necromantic Horrors team, the Wolfenburg Crypt Stealers. And so this team also helped me out with that freehanding as well, so that part was really, really nice. Really satisfied with the way that these guys came out as well. Just used real cheap craft paint. We used Holly Green for the flesh of the Black Orcs. We used English Ivy Green for Varang Ghoul-Chewer to make them look a little bit different. palm green for all the Goblin Bruisers. I mean, look at these guys, man. These guys are cool. Like this guy here is like holding a little squiggly monster thing right there, which is absolutely kind of cool. Love the moon headdress that this guy has on his head. So it's very, very cool. Really happy with that. Now, this guy in the background here, like I said, this is an Etten that is actually created by Reaper Miniatures. It's actually just a piece of really cheap miniature. It costs, I think, about $5 at my local gaming store. This guy's made out of printer resin, which is really cool. You can get those from your Reaper Minis bone lines. So painted this guy in a turquoise color just to kind of have him contrast sharply with the rest of the team as well. So this will be proxying as the train troll for this team. And like I said, I'm looking really forward to seeing exactly what these guys do on the tabletop. So like I said before, we have 2 different leagues, Old World League Conference as well as New World Conference. Both teams will be playing it out until they have champions for both the New World Conference as well as the Old World Conference. And then, of course, the champions of those 2 conferences will play off for the Blood Bowl to see once and all who is the overall champion for our campaign, for our league that we're running. So we're really super excited about that. We've been talking about doing a league for some time now. Unfortunately, things just kind of popped up like COVID and things like that now. But since things are slowly going back together again, we can reliably meet up to play this Blood Bowl League. And I'm really excited to see exactly what happens. We'll be putting that Blood Bowl League up every Wednesday on our channel, so that way you guys can see exactly what's happening. And we'll be alternating between both conferences. So one week will be a Old World Conference game, while the next week will be a new conference game, and vice versa. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when we actually release our video about exactly what to expect for our Season 2 of Tales of the Tentacle Zone. So that's good for this week, guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest hobby news related to our channel. That's good for this one, you guys. We'll catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.